Sandwich between four. AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Allen. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. These two teams, of course, met last year in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and a lot of people were calling that kind of a throwback game to the 70s of the old NFL. And the Rams would get out to the 23-7 lead. Cowboys tried to make a late push, but the Rams would hold on for the 30-22 victory. This is Elliott. And now look at him go. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 21st touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Quickly from Goff to Kupp. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And for a 2nd straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, It's nothing but room to run.
Throwing on third. Gone. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Hey, let's get there. Hey, lift.
From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Let's go, D. Let's go, D.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
You got 11. You got 11. You got 11. Ric Flair.
Goff on third down. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. Last year for Everett, just 33 catches, 2 touchdowns, but he really has a chance to cement himself as a top tight end in this offense. People around the organization said he had a really good offseason, and he's ready to make that next step.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check. 14. 14.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Gurley again here on first down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Leighton Vander Esch, third in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run the end around. This is Cooks. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Out of the gun, Goff. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
A first down run for Elliott, not going to pan out. He'll, in fact, wind up losing a couple. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Go!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You can't block me. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check safety.
They keep on the ground with Elliott.
Watch the shit.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
But I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball play.
Allen's throw is complete. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
95. Watch the pass. Shit.
A first down carry by Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. On play action, Allen. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
We got this.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at halftime. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Goff, a quick throw, complete to Cooks. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Mike, go, cut! Like 20!
A shotgun snap for Goff. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 4-time All-Pro Johnny Hekker is on to punt for L.A. as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Go, go, go! 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide! 5, 5! 58 to Mike! Let him know, let him know! Let him know, let him know! Hey, home! 58 to Mike! Let's go!
Allen now on first down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he lost the football.
Ray 19! Mike, alert, alert, alert! Thanks. Check 99! Check alert! Shoot! 49! Middle. Tighten up.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Cowboys! Mecole Hardman. with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Switch. Horrible. Hey, Haywood. Hey, 50 to my. Super.
Gone. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, gone. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Here we go. It's Gurley. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Todd Gurley unable to get it past the line. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, Echo.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Cooper was the intended target.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
We're good. Pick your game up. Yeah, we're close.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3.
Rush in. Value 3. Value 3. Joker.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He gets it to Cooks. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Shit. Hey, kill.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Again they run with Gurley. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a... Much more makeable third and 2.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
20. Check 56. Go. Mike 56.
Third and 2. Goff. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it. But I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore. We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Regular. Check 25. Check 25. Pilot, 64. Weak. Half. Check 3. Jam. Switch.
They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing is Allen on third. Cooper's got it. 21 yards there on third down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the third time in 4 NFL seasons. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Elliott. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. It was Troy Hill that time in on the tackle. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Tiger.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hold on. Check.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Value three.
Back to throw, Goff. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. 23 yards the pickup there.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Goff now looks to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
76.
Now it's Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun, here's Goff. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Goff. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 5. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Yards on the scamper there.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Hey, check 24. Check. Go. Big Ed. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check nickel.
Elliott. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Allen now looks to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Here we go. Lucky. Watch the run.
Now gone. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third?
We want this. Mike 50. Hey, 76. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Check. Fresno.
Out of the gun. Gone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Elliott. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Dallas, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for L.A., their slim playoff hopes are gone now.